Huh. Are we recording? I think we are. Have you got a recording light on yours? Can someone just give me a nod? There we go. All right, here we go. On with the Primalista panel. All right, so I'm going to add in some pins. How many people can I pin? Let's see. I'm going to pin you, McHenry. I'm going to pin you, Tegs. Pin. And who else have I got? There is Paula. She's a Primalista. Pin. Who else have I got? I think that's it so far. All right. Well, let's get into it. Welcome, Primalistas. Oh, here's Pip. She's a Primalista. I'll just invite her in too. Pin me. Pin. Oh, there's Paula. Look in your apron. Gorgeous. All right. How are we going? Are we paneling? We're paneling. Look at that. Yes. We did it. All right. If I could get Primalistas to unmute. Oh, we'll unmute one at a time. We'll start with you, Amie, because you're just down the road. You're my Primalista, Amie. I love you, Amie. Oh, I've got frozen Amie. Okay. Maybe it's me that's frozen because everybody's frozen. Can't hear me. I think I've got some connection issues. Yeah, no, it's a bit sketchy, isn't it? Can you unmute, Amie?
Yes.
Ah, thank goodness. It was locked down in a freezing zone. Can you hear me all right now, or is it a bit sketchy there, I think?
Yeah, it's really hard to see and hear.
Oh no. Can you hear me all right now?
Yep, I heard that fine.
All right, good. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to go into the first question. Amie, you can kick us off. So, first of all, if you want to give us a little rundown about where you are, how long you've been a Primalista, and tell us what problem were you trying to solve before you joined Primal Alternative?
Okay, I heard where I am and how long I've been a Primalista. So I am based in Denmark, which is down in the Great Southern of Western Australia. I was born here, lived here forever, never moved away. Don't have any, plan to. I love it here. And I've been a Primalista for just over 2 years, I think it is. The reason I got into being a Primalista, I was probably a little bit slow off the mark, to be honest. I've known H for a lot longer than 2 years. We live, in the same area, same town. And I'd always kind of seen the Primalista staff and thought, oh, that's fantastic. I'm so proud of what she's created and how simple it looks and how easy. And I don't know why, it just never clicked for me to go, you should do that. I think I saw H put a call out for more Primalistas in the area, and I thought, oh, you know what, I'll just give her a hand. I'll say, look, if you need me to, I can help you out. I do come from a baking background. I have a wedding cake and celebration cake business that I've done for about 10 to 12 years from home anyway. So I love baking. It's what I do. And yeah, so I kind of just stuck my hand up to say, hey, look, I can give you a hand if you'd like. And I think we both had a bit of a light bulb moment, like, why haven't I been doing this already? So I fell into it really, really quickly. Haven't looked back. And I was looking at the time for another little bit of income to supplement my family income. And so I love being able to work from home. I'm a ridiculously busy person outside of the house, within my community and with my kids. And I don't ever want to have a job that compromises that. I think life is about balance and making sure you're still doing what you love, and nothing should be sacrificed, I guess. So yeah, that's why the Primalista stuff works for me 100%, and yeah, I love it.
Me. Great. I was
I
muted.
can't hear you, H, sorry.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me? I was muted. I'm going to go. That was brilliant. Thank you, Amie. I'm going to go to Primalista Terri. Same question.
Sorry. Hi.
Hello.
Are you there, Terri?
Hi, H. Hi, everyone else. Yeah, so I became a Primalista 4 years ago now, which is amazing. Time has flown. I originally was a scientist. I worked in medical research and diabetes, and I was an associate professor. And then slowly my job kind of got cut back, and I started to look for sort of alternative things and maybe a small business. I even thought about like a coffee van or something. I bought a Thermomix because I went to a friend's party and decided it was a good thing to have. And I actually first heard about Primal Alternative through Jo Whitten, through Quirky Cooking. I had an email from her and had a little blurb at the bottom, and I thought, oh, it sounds a bit interesting. So I clicked on that and started talking to H, and yeah, I think I decided pretty quickly that it sounded like a good thing. I don't have any children. I'm now sort of semi-retired, so for me it's perfect job to have. Just being able to cook and bake when I want to. I have some local customers and I have markets, and yeah, so for me it's a little bit of extra money in the bank, plus it helped me fill in time of, I've got extra time, I suppose. Now I do have a little bit of other work, and allowed me to start making things for markets and locals and for myself. So I love that I've got all the ingredients at home. And if there's anything, I find a nice recipe or something outside of Primal Alternative, that I can quickly whip it up. So I've got everything there in my cupboard. So yeah, 4 years and going strong.
Thanks, Terri, that's great. H just asked me to pop on because hopefully my internet's a bit better than hers. Who are we going to next? Paula.
Hi, my name is Paula Cardamone. I'm down here on the border of Victoria and New South Wales in Albury-Wodonga. I've been a Primalista now for over a year. I think it's a year and 2 months. I originally I've been watching companies since it first got started. I'm a personal trainer, 14 years, yoga teacher now, still teaching yoga and kids yoga. And I wanted something to supplement my part-time job and being a yoga teacher. And I needed a third job to fill in where I could actually stay at home and work with my kids, as it's just me and the kids in the house. So I took the deep jump off and started up, and don't regret it. It's been a beautiful plug and play business. That's what I wanted, something very easy to do. When the kids were here and they could play in the background, I could still bake, and they go to markets with me. They help me set up the markets, and it's even brilliant for them. So that's what I came into business saying, okay, I need something that I can do at home that's going to supplement my business that my kids can do with me. And they've been on every market with me, some of the worst markets and some of the best markets. And it's been the best learning thing for them as well. So, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I have one main stockist and a couple on the run. Otherwise, I mostly stay at markets. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Paula. And Pip.
Hi, yeah, I've just celebrated my first Primiversary. I actually made a slow start. I actually, as I said, signed up this time last year, but didn't actually really start selling until August. Unfortunately, I broke my ankle about 2 weeks after I signed up, so that slowed me down. And then just had a series of roadblocks along the way. which was great because it actually made me slow down. I'm sort of somebody who tends to dive straight in and want to act straight away. Patience is not one of my virtues. And this has kind of made me really slow down. I actually used to be a Thermomix consultant many, many years ago, and I seemed to be the person that always got the special diet. So I had to modify the demo diet, the demo menu to suit various diets, and just saw how much it impacted people's lives and how much easy. And then I had a catering business just before the big C hit, and that involved me traveling back to New South Wales. I live in Tasmania now. And of course, that fell over as soon as borders closed. So I took 2 years of just kind of going, what am I going to do? I want to be inspired. I don't want to just do the first thing that appears. And I'd seen Primal Alternative around about through Joe, Quirky Joe, and other places. And at the end of last year, it just seemed like the right time. I was kind of ready to take on something new. I homeschool my kids, so that's obviously taken quite a bit of my time until recently. So I've always had to try and work from home or work around what they're doing. And this is kind of slotted in for me. And I just love the fact that in my work, preparing food and showing people how to make food, that I've had so much to do with people, particularly gluten-free, and how awful it used to be. You sort of feel a bit noble that you were offering them something, but thinking to yourself quite gladly that you didn't have to eat it yourself. So to discover how fabulous the Primal Alternative products are has been just fabulous, and it makes it so easy to talk to people about the product, because I actually think it's really great. I work at a vineyard, cellar door part-time, and we produce fabulous local produce platters, and they have taken on the bread out there as their gluten-free alternative. And I can't tell you the number of times people have just said to me, it's the best they've ever had. So I walk out on cloud nine, but reinforces to me just how important it is to have something that matches all of the other fabulous produce that is produced down in this region. So yeah, it's been a great plug-in for me in terms of working around my children, in terms of working with health, because I really do believe that food is medicine, and what we consume makes such a big difference to our health. So I kind of can just walk my talk and talk my talk, and that's been fabulous, because all the background work's been done. All of that hard stuff that I just don't like doing has all been done, so I can just sort of pick that up and do the bare minimum of that, and get on with baking and sharing good food with people.
Beautiful, thanks, Pip. And my problem that I was solving, I didn't have one, I had loads. I was about to get sacked. I was really packed off with my boss, and it's like, I need to do something different. I've been trading the financial markets for a number of years and needed to spend more time to do that. And I'd been sitting on the fence of Primal Alternative for around 4 years, watching, sneaking, wondering if ever I could make it work. And then it got to November last year, and I got really, everything actually, homesick, tired, like the whole lot. It was like, life's shit. How can it be this bad? I've got a beautiful baby boy, he was 5 at the time. Partner, nice house, like everything, but something's missing. What's missing? So I sacked my boss before he sacked me. Had a call with H pretty much on the same day, and then and just got stuck in. And I've taken it really slowly. I needed some time out just to repair like mental stuff as well as physical. I'm diagnosed celiac now, which was another reason for jumping in. So a whole bunch of reasons, but like all you ladies are saying, just being able to be at home, be there for the kids, or whatever your other hobbies are, and all of that was the thing. Okay, H's next question. How much do you bake and how many days? So how much do you bake per week and how many days? Who's up? Who's unmuted? Tex, do you want to take this first?
Me?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so my baking varies. I have a casual job, so I bake sort of around that. And I guess after a few years, I'm pretty efficient, so I can sort of quickly get things together. If I've got a market on, I would say roughly a day and a half of baking, but I tend to spread it out a little bit depending on if I'm working. We have fabulous products like the granola and the mixes, and you can make them anytime because they have a long shelf life. So if I have a little bit of spare time, I'll do that. And then otherwise I'll do 2 half days, usually say Thursday, Friday, and then the market's on the Saturday. When I've got a market on, I tend to use that as a time to contact local customers, text them and just say, look, hi, I'm baking this week. Do you want anything? And that way then I can tie my baking for the locals in with what I've got in the market. So that works really well. And then the other thing is if I've got anything left over at my markets, I'll let people know and I'll say, look, do you want to, I've got a few things left. Are you interested? And I tend to deliver locally. I live in Melbourne. I don't know if I said that at the start. I live in Caulfield. So I offer, free delivery around the place. And during lockdowns, it was fantastic because I could because we're essential service, I was allowed to go out. I could escape my house in Melbourne and do deliveries, and people just loved it. So I developed some lovely relationships during that time. So, yeah, so I would say maybe 2-ish or 2 half days for me, roughly, just depending on how big the market is. Yeah.
Cool. And Terri, how much, like when you're preparing for a market, I know it will depend where the market is, but how much are you like baking in that amount of time? Just like in units, I suppose, ish. How many loaves?
I don't really know. I tend to make the full range. I don't make pastry. Some of my markets are very much towards the low carb end, and that's what I specialise in. So I might make sort of 6 loaves of the low carb grainy bread. Sorry, I can't remember what it's now called, new name. And I'll probably make at least a batch of each thing, probably a couple of the chocolate granolas, a couple of the fat and seedy. So I don't know the total units, but I'd say if you would like to know, like my sales, my takings would be $600 to $700. So yeah, whatever that is in units. But it does vary, and you get to know your markets. So some are very vegan focused, some are low carb, some are just want yummy stuff. Some it might be Halloween or Anzac Day or footy grand final. So try to do a few special things for that.
Nice, thank you. Paula, you've been around a while. How much are you baking and how many days?
I do quite a few markets. So there are some months where I'm doing a market each weekend around working every other Saturday at my main job. So I will normally bake Thursday, Friday for a Saturday morning market, or if I'm on a week where it's just me, I'll bake Thursday, Friday, Saturday night for a Sunday morning market, and then fill my stockist order Sunday night. I choose to be very busy, especially when I don't have my children here on their off week. And so I fill all my time with baking to do orders and stockists and markets. Typically, especially during the winter time, I found that sort of like Terri, I don't make the full line. I don't do the pastries, however delicious they are. But I do all the main breads, the turmeric, the fruit, the pumpkin, fat and seedy, and the no-nut hemp bread. And I make around 4 of them for the markets during the winter time. And for the summertime, I'll make probably around 6 of them. I'm finding this winter time's not as good as summertime. I do all a full batch of the cookies. And then I also have the pizza bases and wraps, which I'll have at least a half of a batch of them. I don't do a full batch. They normally last me 2 markets because I'll freeze the other half. Yeah, and of course I always have granolas and packet mixes made up. So typically Thursday, Friday is my bake days. And yeah, and I have a pretty good turnover. I wish it was as good as Terri's. I'll get that during the summertime on the bigger markets, but on my farmers markets, I would probably average in the summertime 400 plus on the summertime markets. And on the bigger ones, it's more along the lines of what Terri gets. But yeah, that's basics.
Thank you. And Amie, down there in Denmark, what are you?
Hi, yeah. So I bake usually Wednesday, Thursdays, and or Fridays, depending on my schedule and what else I've got happening that week. I don't do markets anymore just because, well, it just didn't work with my weekend routines, but I would definitely suggest doing markets to anybody that can fit them in, have them close by. They were really, really beneficial to my business in kind of getting the name and the brand out there, and being able to kind of have that one-on-one relationship with customers and introducing them, I guess, back to the product. So Primal Alternative was here when H was doing it, and then it kind of disappeared a little while from Denmark. And so it was a really good way to kind of introduce me and my Primal Alternative little business back into the town. So I would definitely recommend markets if you're not doing them already. But most of my baking goes to stockists. So I supply a local IGA, a local pizza shop with the pizza bases, a local, I guess, supplier of fruit and veg boxes from our little kind of farmers market that we have every week here. She has an option on her order forms each week that have my products on them. So she might get little orders for a fruit and veg box with a packet of cookies, or with a bread mix, or with a brownie mix, or things like that. So all of my stockists message me by Wednesday or Thursday every week with what they would like, and then I bake to order each week, essentially, averaging out at about 500 in sales per week. So that's kind of calculated on a monthly thing, because the pizza shop will kind of message or order once a month. So that's averaged out. I do take the odd customer order, but most of my customers, like personal, private, just households, will go to the IGA or the market or the pizza shop themselves. So they'll kind of know where to get it. If the super, or if the little IGA is sold out, they'll flick me a message and say, hey, can I have a loaf of this or a packet of that? So that's really good. And with my other job, I actually work in town at the local sports recreation centre, which is handy. So it's a really convenient little pick-up drop-off space. So if anybody wants anything, they can meet me there for a delivery pickup, because I live on a rural property about 25 k's out of the main town. So yeah, that's what works for me. It did take probably about 12 months to kind of find my way in terms of, were markets going to work, were home deliveries going to work, were just concentrating on stockists going to work. So I think if you're new to it, give everything a crack. Just try everything, and then find your best fit. Definitely. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Amie. Pip, have you got into a flow yet? I mean,
No.
only started on now, but
Yeah, no, I'm still sort of getting established. Like I said, I've got the vineyard where I work. They're regular orders every weekend, plus they're allowing me to have product there to sell. So if I've got bits left over from the baking, or if somebody's ordered a loaf, I'll just make a batch and take that loaf with me. I'll have the packet mixes and the granolas out there, because as we say, they've got a good shelf life. A number of potential stockists in the irons in the fire there. So it's just still following up on that. The local markets here, we've got fabulous farmers markets, but they're full. So I'm going to go and schmooze them at their Christmas party in another week or so, and just kind of remind them that I'm here. And I'm working with another Primalista who's just getting started down here, because neither of us want to do markets every weekend. So we've sort of figured if we can just work together and take it in turns, the brand is still getting out there, and we're kind of getting to do what we want to do. So hearing what Amie said, it's kind of, I'm nodding, thinking, yes, I think I'll follow that advice. But yeah, there's so much potential down here that it's a bit like I've got to hold myself back a little bit, because I do only want to be baking, a couple of days a week at this point. So yeah, I'm just still sort of working out where's going to be best for me to go. But at the moment, I've got one stockist and a number of private customers, so it's ticking over really nicely.
Beautiful, beautiful, cool. And yeah, look, similar thing. I've got mainly stockists and just some, local customers that I found on community Facebook pages mostly, and some friends as well that love the product, and some, some kids that or some parents of kids at school. And similar thing to Amie, just it's so easy just to say I'm going to be X, Y, and Z. Dropping the kids off, whatever, did you want something? I'm taking my son to an appointment on Thursday, and I know the girl there is going to buy kids' faces, so I'm about to message her and say, how many do you need? She stocks up her freezer. So yeah, that's cool. Okay, final question. What else can we tell the virtual open day geeks about the license, the community, or your experience? So I suppose just a quick, sharp, what can you tell them? Terri?
Yeah, what I really like about the license is that it's not a franchise. We have the complete choice to bake what we want, when we want, how much, and the products are all there and developed. So that's one thing I really like, because we've just got so much flexibility. We have a monthly fee that we pay. I also, being semi-retired, occasionally jump in my caravan with my partner and take off for holidays, long holidays. And so I'm able to go on sabbatical and not have to pay that fee all the time. And so it gives me enormous flexibility. As I said, I can bake when I want, what I want. And so for me, that's a really big plus.
Beautiful. Thanks, Terri. Amie?
Definitely second what Terri just said. And also for something that is so like just ready to go, everything's done for you, like the recipes are there, the labels are all organized, in terms of the packaging, like everything's all thought about for you. It's literally just jump in, give it a go and do it. For a business that has that much already done for you, the flexibility is just incredible. There was something else I was going to say. I can't think of it now. So I have done lots of other little businesses and try and work from home things before. And it's just so much more relaxed and chill, and no one like hassling you. Have you met this target this month? And have you posted this many times on Facebook? And have you called this many clients or content, so it's just so much more chill and relaxed and friendly and happy and positive. So that in itself just, makes it a lot nicer to do. And everyone's just super lovely.
Thanks, Amie. Paula?
I have to agree with everything that Terri and Amie are saying. Like I said before, it's a plug and play business, which I absolutely loved. And H is brilliant at keeping up with all the regulations that I don't have to worry about, because I don't have time to research that. So I love that. And the community that we have on Facebook is brilliant as well. I feel stupid asking questions, but I'm like, okay, I don't feel stupid anymore because they don't make me feel stupid, and all the answers are already there. They've been asked already. So I get to just sit back, have fun with the business as I want to, and post quirky things that you might not be able to in other businesses. You're allowed to have your fun with it and sort of base the business as you want to. Like Terri said, you don't have to make everything. I loved it for all those reasons, and it's a great community on Facebook that are very supportive. So you couldn't ask for anything more.
Beautiful. Thanks, Paula. Hey.
Look, I'm just going to second everything that everybody else has said. The thing that's really stood out for me has been the support from H. Not only does she have everything set up and she's worrying about all the requirements and the labeling and all of those sorts of things, so I don't have to, but the personal support that I felt from H has been exceptional. And it seems to be fairly unique to this business, that the founder is so hands-on and involved with each of the Primalistas and encouraging us personally. And also the Facebook group is just awesome. It's such a wealth of knowledge and support, and the congratulations that we all seem to offer and receive from each other when we've achieved something, no matter how big or small, it's just what you need on days where you kind of feel like, I think I've done an amazing job, and everybody else is going, yay, we're in your corner, good for you. Or it's just like, oh my God, I've slumped and I don't really know how to get out of this, and somebody will say something, and it just seems to really keep you moving along when you sort of feel like you don't have the energy to do it for yourself alone. So yeah, the support for me is prime.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, and yeah, look, all of that. And I guess just knowing that we've all got each other's backs, like the girls have said, there's no stupid questions. It's been asked before. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And just the growth, you know. I'm not really a very outgoing person. I crap my pants when I have to think about going to talk to somebody new about it. But then I just offer that little prayer up of, you know, show me what I can do. Show me, universe. Well, you can show me how can I be of service. And you know what I've loved most during my very short 12 months, or quick 12 months, I should say, is watching the other girls coming on board as well. And just, you know, one of the ladies, I actually did her Primalista call, and she was like, do you think I can get going in November? I think she started in October. She was like, do you think I can be making sales? And she's done it. She's been at the markets. She's done the thing. She just got out and did it. And then, like yourself, it took you a little while to get going, and that's okay too. So I think just that flexibility is what I have absolutely loved the most. And I am now hoping that H has got herself back.
I'm here.
And her internet.
I'm here.
Yay.
Ah, hang on a minute. Where am I? Here I am. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
See you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what? Like the internet gods were really good because I actually needed something to eat. So it was really good because I could just go and have something to eat and just been watching and having a snack. Perfect. Manda, thank you so much. Seriously, you did not know that you were just going to be roped into hosting this part of the virtual hub day, and I think you probably got to go somewhere. So hats off to you. But it was really nice to step out actually, and yeah, I just was kind of tearing up a bit at points and just feeling all like cold and shivery and excited and just like big love hearts. Seriously, that was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, H, for putting together just a beautiful community. Like without you, this wouldn't be possible. So you should be tearing up because you're freaking amazing.
Oh, love you all. Thank you for your time. It's so nice to see your faces, and I'm just thinking we need to have a little Christmas coffee catch up so we can see each other's faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Primalistas. You all rock.